Alright, game's loading up. Stream's loading up. Beautiful intro music. Just let that... just bathe in those horns. Yeah. Yeah, I just love brass choir. Freaking love it. Music by Austin Wintory, folks. If you are not familiar with him, do yourself a favor, check it out. So I hope you're joining me so quickly after Heir of Carthage's just most recent Ungrim stream. I am really looking forward to playing more of this with everybody. Let me go ahead and pull up my phone. Mr. Cordero, I am sorry that took so long. I wanted to make sure I got you the best quality, so what I did was I rebooted my computer just to make sure that I got everything moving in the right direction.
Dread grips me as we approach Grofheim.
Oh yeah, this is right where we left off.
To see a city unscathed, but what we find steals the very breath from my lungs.
Plot twist. Cliffhanger. Yeah, this is right where we left it off. The dredge have come through Grofheim. But more on that next time. We're going to Chapter 4, Lest They Not Come Home. Luke Davis, I am aware that you need sleep, but sleep is for the weak. Bazooka Bob, same thing to you. I hope your channel is moving along just fine. Adam, I'm just glad I was able to help you out with the stream that you can watch. Bob, get well soon. Definitely get well soon. Hey, Braveheart. Hey, Starman. Glad to see so many people on here tonight. This is great. Okay, so I'm going to throw some decisions at you right off the bat. Braveheart, you know nothing about this game. That's okay. Right now, you are Rook, which is this guy in the red cloak on the left. So Eccles asks, well, what did I tell you, Rook? The man has a crazed look about him, his axe. He stands, axe pointed in your direction, on the other side of a dozen men. Eccle, you son of a bitch. Remember what I said? Think carefully about what you want. This is what you get. Eccle walks away, leaving you to deal with his thugs, while his eye twitches. God, I love that twitchy eye animation. So, so minimum effort, but maximum impact. You understand everything about this character just by looking at him for 5 seconds. There you go. Let it settle in. So, Starman, I guess you're not surprised that this guy is going to betray me, huh? Crack the knuckles. Let's get ready for a fight. There's the team lineup. I'm going to keep Hogan instead of Mogan. This is I'm dubbing this team Hogan's Heroes until I find somebody to replace Hogan with. See, I have some level ups ready. I wonder. Oh, I have 0 renown. That's the currency for leveling up, and I have none of it to spend. I am going to swap, however, these two. I definitely want Ivor as my anchor for my team lineup. The rest of this will work out just fine. So this is the strat. Eggle runs out in front, tries to draw all of their attention, and gets beat up, but he's the tankiest character in this game. Support him with everybody else. Okay, so deployment. Take a moment to just appreciate the deployment screen. We got, I wonder if we could see Eccle anywhere. I don't think they have him hanging around. There's totally this dude just chilling. Look at him. He's like, what's up? You guys gonna fight? That's cool. I think he's just protecting his mead hall. He's like, this is my mead hall. I got my axe out. And if you bring this fight inside, we're gonna have a problem. Alright, so let's get banners on. There's everybody's stats. Let's see here. This guy, he's not that much of a threat, honestly. So what I might actually do with him, Hogan isn't got enough to do it by himself, so I'm going to set a lead up right there with him. And then down here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put Gil here. Rook right there. Ivor here. Set up like this. We're just gonna kind of go straight in the middle, take care of these two weak sauce archers, and then these two are kind of a priority as well. That way I can deal with these. We'll see what happens. I mean, we're kind of surrounded here, but I have enough armor power right here to tank out a lot of it. Speaking of tanking it out, let's see here. Well, before I make that move, what's turn order? So it's that first guy's actually going to... This guy right here is going to go first, and he might make a run for Roulette, and he can actually pull off a point or two of damage. He might actually, if he's feeling really brave, he might put 3 points of damage into Roulette. That can happen, but we'll see. In the meantime, first archer is that one. Because she's going so quickly, I'm actually just, instead of having Gil use his Stonewall ability, I'm actually just going to have him take a pop at her. Yeah, went straight for Roulette. And he went for 3 points of damage. What did I say? Alright. Not going to worry about her. Am going to worry about this guy. So here's how I'm going to... Hold on, what's his movement range? Alright. I'm going to try and trap this one. If I move her anywhere to a point where she can support Gil... Okay, well, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to step here. I'm going to try and bait this guy to come for me. And set that trap up right here. Let's see if he falls for it. It'll be interesting if he does. She's going to break some armor. That's fair. And then move here. This is beautiful. Bloody Flail with the benefit of the bonus of Oddleaf. Pop. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Step there. Oh, he didn't do it. Ooh. Ow. Okay. I don't like that.
Mic on.
Let's see here. I'm going to step over here. Who's up next? That guy, that archer, that guy. All right. Okay, Rook. Take a look at the turn order real quick. Rook's actually getting fairly beat up here. So here's what I'm going to have him do. Gonna go ahead and pop the Mark Prey ability and just see if Oddleaf and Alette can get some decent damage in on him. It's not gonna be a lot, but it'll be something. Probably 2 points. Yeah, 2 points. Mr. Cordero says Babylon Prince. You know what? I think that sounds like a good plan. Sounds like somebody's playing some Civ 5. Okay. That archer's up next, huh? Can't reach her. Then it's that guy who's already beat up. She's already pretty beat up. And it's him. Oh, okay. I know what I'm doing here then. I'm gonna step here, obstruct the path of the other guys, and break face with Varl. There we go. Sounds like Adam G is expecting an easy night. Oh gosh. They're really beating up Rook. Okay. He can't kill Rook. She can't kill Rook. He can't kill Rook. That guy can. But he can't reach Rook. He can get Rook. But I can't get there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start whittling down this guy. This has been a pretty scrappy battle, I'll admit. Hey, somebody fell for the trap. Oddleaf is promoted. Okay. Okay. If I'm gonna try and kill Rook, I'm gonna be that guy. So I'm gonna go for another trap. Put it right here. See if that can't buy Rook another turn. Okay, Hogan, time to be a hero. Actually, just come down here. Set up another bloody flail. Come on, more health damage. One more in the health. Ah, so close. Thought he was gonna get the kill. If Rook wasn't right there, it would be a beautiful beautiful thread the needle shot. But as it is, I'm actually going to kind of bring her back here. You know, I'm probably just going to go ahead and delete this guy from initiative. Alette gets the kill. Uh-oh, Bazooka Bob is dealing with Nurgle's blessings. Sounds like a problem. Know that guy's gonna come at me, so I'm just gonna let it happen. Oh, we actually know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a ranged break. Watch this. This will make sure that that trap, when he steps in it, will deal extra damage. Not a lot, but a little. Pop. Okay. Then it's gonna be that archer. And it's gonna be that archer. I think I could keep Rook alive. I think this is gonna happen. So I'm gonna move him over. Bam! So now that archer's options are limited. Then I'm gonna step Gil over here, get in this guy's way so he can't go to get Rook. This is Operation Save Rook, and it is working. It's paying dividends right now. Guess what? We're gonna do another trap. Worked well last time. It's gonna work again. Do work. Ah, oh, beautiful. That guy's like, I was gonna kill him. I was gonna kill him. All right. Break more armor on this guy, and we'll make him easier to take down. That archer's gonna try and pop. Oh, went for Gil, okay. So, watch this. Rook steps up, mark prey. Everybody's gonna maul this guy. Yep. Oh no, I wasn't done. The Varl stab wasn't enough. I gotta bring it to negative 12 health. And... GG. Gil gets the final kill. GG. Definitely not a mouse stop asking. Says there's nobody here from that Gabo King stream from earlier today, is there? I don't know. I've got to check out Gabo King and Ninja Hunt more, but I've never been much of a Twitch guy myself. I've always fallen in love with Air's videos and streams. Anyway, back to the plot. Hate to admit it, Rook, but you're right. We can't stay here. If we're not murdered in our sleep, it's only a matter of time before the Dredge find their way in. There's nobody defending these walls. You spot Alette looking at one of the thugs. She cocks her head to the side. Dad? I think he's still alive. Ivor lifts him to his feet by his tunic. He groans from the pain. This guy again? Why did Eckel try to kill us? He's a damned lunatic. Figure that yet? Why would Frostfeller's chieftain put a madman in charge of his guards? That what he told you? He never put Eckel in charge. Soon as those gates were shut, Eckel walked into that great hall and sliced open the chieftain like a narwhal. Saw it myself. Eckel wasn't a captain. Look at him. He's playing us. Can't say I'm too surprised. This whole place is a death trap. Well, where can we go? By now, the Dredge have already flooded the south, I'm sure. Wormtoe's the only thing that makes sense. Across the wastes. I might know someone there who can help us. And the Dredge probably won't follow us out over into the wastes. They didn't in the Great Wars. Because it's a death sentence, food's already running low. I know where Eckel keeps its supplies. I'll tell you. If you take me with you. What's the catch? No catch. I want out of here as much as you do. Just never had anywhere to go. I'm not the only one. Get the supplies, and there are plenty of fighters who are desperate to get out of here. That might solve a few problems. Okay, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, this is actually an important decision, and I'm leaving it in your hands. 1, if you think it's worth the risk to bring Onef. 2, if you think if we're lucky, I'll get a chance to put a dagger in Eckel. 3, no deal, shut him up, and let's get out of here. Wonder how many of you have played this before and know the scenario. Mr. Cordero says, no deal. No deal. I wonder how much Mr. Cordero knows. But I am leaving this in your hands. Bazooka Bob, good night. Thank you for dropping by. I'm gonna wait 10 more seconds here. That's all you're getting before I follow Mr. Cordero's suggestion. Starman says 3, I trust no one. After that last stream of Starman, I understand why. Braveheart says, I know nothing, kill them all. Is that I don't know which one that's supposed to support. Or do you mean 3? Bazooka Bob says number 2, but I think he's in the minority. Adam G says he thinks it's worth the risk. I see a majority of people going for number 3, and I'm going to take it. No deal, shut him up and let's get out of here. Ivor punches him in the face, and he crumbles. Alright, we get to Wormtoe. We find Varl, who won't try to kill us. We find safety. Gather everybody up, and we'll make a break for it. So let me tell you why that was the smart decision. If Onef comes along, he will totally backstab, betray you so bad that he'll kill Gil and maybe Oddleaf as well. And they are the linchpins of this team, of Team Hogan's Heroes. So I'm kind of glad that you all went that route, because this game was about to become a lot more difficult. My first playthrough that happened to me, I was like, man, this Onef guy's great. I should totally trust. Nope. Totally don't trust him. So here's a look at the heroes. I got 8 renown now. I don't think that's enough to promote Rook. No, I need 2 more. Okay, heading back. And we're going to get this show on the road. Adam G says he just wants chaos. We do know we have a long trip ahead of us. 1 renown only gets us one supply. I want to see what it takes to get to 14 days. Can't even reach 14 days. I think at a hard march I can make it on 12 days of supplies and only lose like how many clansmen? I'll probably only lose 100. This is a tough moment in the campaign, folks. This march to Wormtoe. So outside the walls, things are a mess. Dredger everywhere. Fortunately, they're going around the hill on which Frostfeller sits, heading south, and show little interest in following you as you cross into the wastes. Definitely not a mouse. I think you are way behind on that latency there, pal. Braveheart asks, what's a quick premise of the game? Let me finish up this bit of dialogue. So you're finally free of Frostfeller, but find yourself facing new problems. You hope that whoever Ivor knows at Wormtoe is willing to help. So the quick version, real quick Braveheart, it's the plot of Warhammer the End Times meets the role-playing elements of Dragon Age meets... what was the third one? Oh, meets the strategy of Final Fantasy Tactics. In the description to this video, I have linked the late Total Biscuits WTF is the Banner Saga, and I would highly suggest reading that. I actually agree with him on most everything, with the exception being I think the soundtrack for this game was perfectly implemented, even with the long periods of silence. As demonstrated, you won't hear music like this just anywhere. Alright, so a scout returns with a nearly frozen child. I almost stepped on her in the snow. Looks like she must have been running from something, he says. Patches of blue muddle her pale skin, but her chest rises and falls ever so slightly. Even just carrying her along could kill her in a state like this, says a woman. We could be in danger here, points out another. Mr. Cordero is hardly suggesting keep moving, but let the healers tend to her. Alright. It's not a critical decision, so I'll just go ahead and follow you on that one. Fighters stay alert for any threat while the caravan moves on. The healers rub the girl's arms and legs under blankets to no avail. An hour later, one healer approaches you with tears in her eyes. She says nothing, only shakes her head. So it wasn't good enough, but nice try. Rest in pepperoni, T-Biscuit says, definitely not a mouse, stop asking. I highly agree. And his content is still useful. Oh no, our morale has declined. How unfortunate. So this is one of the like the 4 game modes, or one of the 4 outputs that the game gives you, which is the traveling through the vistas. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And every once in a while we come across these destinations called Godstones. This is one of those Godstones. And they're usually pretty interesting moments, and they're definitely great for building the lore. So you find a surprising number of people camped out at the Godstone. They've been here quite a while, ever since the sun stopped. Apparently, they think Radomir, the sun god, has come back, and they're worshipping him despite the bleak environment. They welcome the caravan, mingling and swapping stories with others while you rest. They have almost nothing of value to trade, but their leader approaches and offers to let you join in their tribute. Gonna ask what the tribute involves first, not gonna jump on in. Golden Fiery, one says, showing you golden liquid in a silver bowl. He places some on his chest, which almost sounds like it's sizzling, and explains through clenched teeth it's a gift from the sun god, an oil that burns like the sun and lets them see things clearly. You know what? I'm thinking we go for it. Mr. Cordero says 3, see if anybody in the caravan is interested. Nuh-uh. You want to know who's interested, Mr. Cordero? I am. We're gonna go for it. The sun has stopped traveling in the sky. It's been stuck there for weeks. Starman92 says we got this. We're gonna live life to the fullest. The happiest decision. Charging on in. Chest first. Try it ourselves. Bravely. You give the offer a chance. When you apply the oil, your skin starts to burn like a hot brand, but you bear it. It doesn't reveal any secrets of the universe, but the worshippers are impressed by your courage and gift you more oil to take. We're going to inspect the Godstone. Nobody can really agree on what Radomir looked like, as fond as he was of his own isolation. He never directly contacted humanity. Most think he was a serpent that lived in the sun, and it's not uncommon to hear speak of seeing the tail of a great creature slipping through the thin clouds on a sunny day. Radomir was always one of the lucky gods, the kind who people thanked for good weather, healthy livestock, and a good harvest. Despite all that, the biggest mystery has always been how his Godstone came to be found at the bottom of a dried-out lake. Holy shit, a brown recluse was on your bed, Adam G. I am glad you saw it before you sat down too. Oh, that'd be nuts. So after some rest, you continue on. The sun god worshippers are keen to stay, so you pack your things and return to the road. And we have a new item, Golden Fury. So looks like our rook is a bit of a sun worshipper, but that's okay by me. Unfortunately, the gods are dead. That's, the first thing they say about this game. Oh, isn't this ominous? Look at those, look at all those vultures. Just ready to swoop on down and kill us. Definitely not a mouse. Stop asking. Says he says that brown recluses are just plain awful, but all he gets is wolf spiders. I don't know what's worse, honestly. I know brown recluses are poisonous, but wolf spiders are enormous. And Mr. Cordero says he gets Black Widows. I've seen 2 or 3 Black Widows in my time, and only in Virginia. I haven't seen any in Pennsylvania, not since I moved here. So several people have noticed black vultures circling above the caravan, taking advantage of the light snowfall. They pose no threat, but they have a visible impact on the mood of your clansmen. The next time you look back, Oddleaf is firing arrows into the air, which nearly tagged the birds once or twice. Get lost. No dead down here, she shouts to nobody in particular. I'm going to join her in shooting at the vultures. First person to knock one out of the sky gets their wish granted, you announce. Several of the caravan give it a try, including Aled, enjoying the sport and turning around morale. It's no big surprise when one of Oddleif's blue-feathered arrows brings down a bird. You know what makes people happy? Slaughtering the animals. Yay! Morale improved. You know, says Oddleif, scanning the caravan. A lot of these women, they could do this. You can tell from the look in her eyes she's excited about the idea. I think I'm going to start training them how to fight. Here's one where I'm taking the decision away from you guys. I am doing it. I'm going to encourage Oddleif to train the women because I want those additional fighters more than I need the clansmen. We can always use more fighters, you tell Oddleif. If Aled is any proof, you know how to train someone with a bow. Oddleif gives you a smile. She heads off to some of the women in the caravan, showing them the vulture she shot down. Definitely not a mouse. Stop asking. Says he's gotten a few bites on his body every night. Not sure where they're getting in. I get the same thing every once in a while. Best advice that I've ever received is just wash your bed sheets more often. I can afford to change out the sheets that are on the bed right now. A flurry of snowfall seems to come out of nowhere and quickly thickens until you're unable to see the man in front of you. You shout out, complete halt, but the screaming winds drown out the sound. A day passes before the blizzard abates, and clansmen start to reappear from the snowdrifts. Quickly it becomes apparent that not everybody is where you last saw them, and a quick search of the area is not enough to recover all the missing clansmen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thorough search. Ask for volunteers to scout, make a bonfire, and wait. Move on, saying a blessing for the lost. Commit to an hour more searching before departing. Mr. Cordero says number 4, move on. Just ditch him. He's going for the chaos option here. He is smashing that 4 button. Let me know, by the way, how bad any stream lags are. I've toggled some options to try and reduce the latency as much as possible so that these decisions can happen on the fly with an audience. Adam G says number 2, ask volunteers to scout the immediate area. If I can get one more person to break that tie between 2 or 4. Adam G says always scout, not the Roman. Starman says number 2. Okay, we're going for it. Starman, ask volunteers to scout the immediate area. Plenty of volunteers step forward and you send them in each direction for a predetermined amount of time. Scouts return mostly empty-handed, and family members plead for more time to search. Mr. Cordero is not happy about this. So yeah, by reducing latency, I run the risk of there being more, skips or delays, or not delays, but buffering instances in the lag. Squidera is going for number 2. He says, "Move on," saying a blessing for the loss. He's still saying, "Get rid of them." It's like, who needs these people anymore, right? The more supplies we have and the less people there are means even more supplies for us. Adam G says, "Agree, they did." Okay, we're moving on, saying a blessing for the lost. As the caravan prepares to move, a woman shouts, "No, they're out there. If you won't look, I will." She heads off into the snow. Others join her, but the vast majority gather and move on. Minus 42 clansmen. Nuts. But we are now at 6 days of supplies, and I think our journey is almost over. I think we did just fine. 5 days of supplies. It's alright, Adam. Clansmen don't help us out too terribly much. While walking, the words of a mother's song reach you. It's soothing, nuanced, and about your current journey. When she finishes, a man begins a tale of his own in verse. The woman quickly responds with another poem, and the entire caravan slows to listen to the entertaining competition. I can join the crowd and cheer on the competitors. We need to stay vigilant. Ignore the poetry contest and keep an ear out for danger, or join in with a verse of your own? Yes, Mr. Cordero, you are correct. The whole caravan is shocked when the first line of your poem rings out. You mimic both contestants, adding your own spin on their tales. At last, you end with a joke at your own expense, and the peasants wildly applaud. Yes, that's what Appius wants. Peasants wildly applauding me. What's that line in Gladiator? The ludus trainer, he's like, "And then your death will come at the sound of..." Golf clap. Golf clap. Morale improved. Man, I was hoping I'd get some renown out of that. Also, if you ever want to brighten anybody's mood, making fun of yourself is the way to go.
Someone would build a town. Fittingly, the Var living here aren't known for welcoming visitors with open arms.
Alright, our morale just got to the lowest it can get, but we made it to Wormtoe. The Var will find you before you see them, not surprising with this many people behind you. With weapons drawn, they demand to know why you're here, but back down when Ivor tells them he's come to see someone named Krumer. We made it with 3 days of supplies. And here's Krumer. Well, I'll be damned. Krumer, it's been a long time. Yeah, it has. So what brings Ingvar to Wormtoe with his very own village of humans? Bad news. Dredge are coming down from the north. We barely made it this far. That is dire news. Come on, we have food. We'll discuss more in the meat house. As you follow the old Varl into their meager town, you catch him quietly saying, "If it were anyone else." This, by the way, you may, if you've been paying attention to my streams, you may remember Ubin mentioning that there were only 2 Varl older than he. One of them was what was his name, Gromley or something in Einertoft, and then there's Krumer, who still gets himself in a fight and might not outlive Ubin, but then again, Ubin is marching with Hakon's army, and they're not in the best situation either. I have talked with the warriors here. I'll be honest with you, half want to go north and find out what happened in Blotzbolker. Some think we should go to Grofheim instead. None of them are happy you're here. What do you think? If I had it my way, I'd stay here and let the dredge come. But you made this a problem, didn't you? We can't feed this many people for long, even if they don't eat much. This is a Varl town. Most of us take care of ourselves. You've got women, children. We could pitch in, make the place livable. It doesn't work like that. These Varl are here to get away from civilization, not make one. It's Krumer's call. It won't be long before dredge are here too. No, it won't. If there's one thing we should do, it's tell Jorindr what's going on. Who's Jorindr? Varl King. Well, as close to one as we have. Ingvar, where'd you find these people? Stay here and rest, but once yours are ready to go, we do. I'm going to see off those who want to head north. But I'll join you to Grofheim. More travel? No, we've already come so far. Stop the pouting, girlie. Even if Jorindr won't listen to a tired old Varl like me, I have a feeling they'll pay attention to your friend Ingvar here. They'll listen to Ivor? He hasn't told you. Of course he hasn't. Do what you need to, but don't be long. Mr. Cordero says, Carl, the Jarl of the Varl. We are absolutely going to take this opportunity to talk to Mogan, not to be confused with Hogan. This is an enjoyable scene. Just take it easy for a while. People are noticing. Oh, they've noticed, have they? We're on the edge of dying daily, and you want me to take it easy. Gods, I should be plowing twice as many fields. You understand? Where's Bazooka Bob? He would love this guy. Don't get us thrown out of this caravan, Mogan. It's not just you who suffers. Right, so you get married, have kids, now I'm supposed to settle down too, yeah? What happened to... The two brothers clam up as you approach. That's right. I've got a kid to take care of. Cool your head, Mogan. Hogan departs, leaving Mogan looking awkward. Rook, what brings you around? I just heard yelling, came to check it out. You come running every time you hear yelling? Must be why you look so tired. Look, it's not secret. I like women, Rook. They like me. They like the scar. Forget it. Listen, all this death. Every night, half the caravan cries itself to sleep. Pathetic. Come on, Rook, be honest. This is good living. Half the world just tilling soil till they keel over. What kind of life is that? We're lucky. You could go your whole life with no goals, no purpose, nothing to fight against but boredom and hunger. I'm glad for all of this. I'm not sure I agree. Look at it like this. We're fighting to the death almost every day, yeah? You can curl up in a little ball of fear, you can go hide in the woods eating nuts and appreciating leaves or some nonsense, or you can enjoy the struggle. Know which one I pick. Anyway, just so you know, I'd never go for a let, promise you that. Or Oddleaf, all yours. Appreciated, Mogan. You depart unsure whether your opinion of Mogan changed for the better or the worse. Definitely not a mouse stop asking is wondering if Mogan and Hogan are twins. The answer is yes. The family similarity there is a result of being born at the same time. You all were hoping I'd say number 3. I'll let you know when the decision's important. But yeah, Mogan's a character, and I hope Bazooka Bob, I hope he follows back and watches this later, because Mogan's right up his alley. Starman says, good, that's our girl, back up. Krumer, can you spare a moment? Mostly no, but I'll try. I never had a moment to thank you for your hospitality. Consider it done, then. So, who is Ingvar? I'm not surprised he never told you. I'm just surprised he could stand being around anyone at all. Your friend was one of us long ago. I mean, the dredge-bashing type. He was called Ingvar then. And if you want to know why he changed his name, best ask him yourself. I'm too old to peddle and gossip. How did you get all of these Varl to follow you? Respect, young one. After the Second Great War, wasn't much for me left to do, so I started training other Varl to fight. Got tired of that. Made a place in Wormtoe. they still come calling even with no wars to speak of. Seems like that might be changing though, don't it? I bet you have some incredible stories. I might. I might. Or I could be the most boring Varl you ever met. Depends on how much you like killing Dredge. Ask me again someday. Might tell you about the time we filled dead yaks with whale teeth. And why. Any wisdom on fighting Dredge? Depends on how much you know. They're all armor. Tap them hard enough though and it'll shatter. Line up a whole row of slag and they'll explode on each other all the way down. That's true, they do. It's quite entertaining. You get in a big brawl, half your time is spent setting them up for it. And if you see one bang his axe like a tuning fork, try to kill him quick. Sometimes the slag he's calling won't even show up. Well, I best leave you to your business. I suppose you should. Take care, friend of Ingvar. Carl the Jarl of the Varl from the Sarl encampment. Yes, the Sarl encampment. That makes them scaling. Good old-fashioned scaling. Alright, so our morale is terrible. We have 3 days of supplies. The market will supply us with plenty. We don't have enough renown to actually promote anyone, so we're going to go ahead and just spend... Look at this. 8. Can I get 9? No, we'll keep 1 renown, get 8 days of supplies. Lovely. Alright, and then... Our morale is terrible. We're going to go ahead and rest. Bring that up to at least normal. 6 days of supplies. And I think we now have a new Varl. Yes, we do. We now have Krumer we can add to our lineup. And guess who gets replaced? Hogan. We don't need Team Hogan Zeros anymore. Krumer is an excellent addition to this lineup because Varl take up 4 squares, honestly. And this build here is all about obstruction with these 3. Ivor, Krumer, Gil. Area coverage with Oddleaf and Alette. Krumer and Ivor also have area coverage in the sense that they border more squares. And Rook's special ability, which is Mark Prey. When set up smartly, Mark Prey can be one of the most powerful tactics available to the party and the difference between victory and an impossible battle, because he gives everybody an instant free attack on the marked target. But to make it really valuable, I'm going to have to increase his armor break too. Okay. Oh yeah, and we have an item, the Gillen Fury, 15% chance of double strength damage. That for now is going to go on Alette. But I might transfer that over to Rook once he gets level 3. Where is Surtha Ek the Ever Chariot? You mean Surtha Ek No One Loves Me? He is Varg, so he's at the Varg camp. And if you've been following my Norska campaign, he's dead. He's actually dead. We got him. Mission accomplished. Grotheim is quite a few days out, says Krumer, but nothing worse than crossing the wastes, I imagine. If there's anywhere you might be safe, it's from Dredge. It's there. You steel yourself for another long march, and half the town of Wormtoe joins you. Hey, we got 62 Varl. And 20 supplies. That's nice. So we're now up to 9 days. That'll work out very well. And our fighting force doubled, basically. We're now up to 133. Stop! A resolute voice calls from somewhere in front of you. The surrounding terrain comes alive with armed figures surrounding the caravan. No need for bloodshed, the leader says. Leave a couple wagons and pretend you never even stopped here. How about you leave what you've got instead? The counteroffer takes the leader by surprise for a moment. We don't have time for this nonsense, hisses Oddleaf, loosing an arrow before anyone could react, and the brigand leader falls over in a spray of blood. Oddleaf. Beautiful. I know you, Mr. Cordero wanted to attack immediately, but you know what? This works better. Something sinister in the way Krumer laughs about this turn of events convinces the rest of the brigands to give up on their errand and beat a hasty retreat. I like your girl, Rook, he says, to which Oddleaf gives him a dirty look. Oh, I was hoping for a fight. Yeah, maybe 1 was the best choice. Because I need that renown. I need to be getting into fights right now. Let's clear that out of the way. Give you all the beautiful view. Starman isn't upset about how that turned out, though. Ahead, you find what appears to be a good number of peasants surrounded by brigands. One of the armed men looks over his shoulder and says, "Gods be damned, this is all I need. Listen, don't interfere, and one of these supply wagons is yours." While remaining silent, the peasants plead to you with their eyes. Oh. I think I finally get a chance to have a fight. Alright, what's going on here? Nothing concerning you, he replies, and before you start telling me otherwise, these are my clansmen. Thought they could run off with every scrap of food in the village. Now all I want is you to move on, so take your share, or don't. Think you all know what I'm thinking. AC 5025 says take the supplies and leave. But you know what? I need that fight, because I only have 1 renown right now. Starman 92 says dibs. We're going to fight. Exactly. Drawing the weapon. The man turns completely towards you, shaking his head. Had a feeling you'd be that type, is all he says before the brigands rush you. Here we go. Crack the knuckles. I'm ready to try out this lineup. Mogan and Hogan didn't have any items on him. Oh, man. Ready for battle. And we're surrounding them. Okay. Everything's lined up oh so neatly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start here. Put Gil there. I'm gonna have Alette right behind, and I'm hoping these 3 won't have. I'm hoping it's a big gamble. I'm hoping these 3 are gonna have the first turn, and then it's gonna come to them, because I can set Alette up for a beautiful through the needle shot and hit all 3 of these. Let's get Alette over here too. Rook right there. We're gonna do Ivor on this side, Krumer this side. Look at that. This is gonna be great. Who else is around? Anybody? No. It's a pretty barren battlefield, but that's okay. Here we go. Ready. So the turn order. It's the guy in the back, followed by the archer in the back, followed by this one up front, and he goes right before Alette does. So I'm gonna have to. I might not be able to get him in there, but we can try. I'm gonna move Gil to here, turn on banners, set up that stone wall. Oh, he's now at the 2nd rank of that, which blocks 5 damage. I'm gonna go down the line here real quick. So that's, he can do 4 break, she can do 2, that's another 4, that's 2, that's 4, that's 5. Okay, we're gonna have him do the blocks 5 damage per hit then. It's all about stopping them from breaking his armor. Oh my god, there's 4 in a row now. Okay. I bet Alette can get 3 of them if he only moves forward 1 step. And the way I get him to only move forward 1 step is with a odd leaf trap right there. And she's going to try and break Gil's armor, but it's just going to get deflected. Okay, Krumer's up. I'm going to set him up over here because I don't want him to step him in the trap. End turn. Yeah, he only stepped forward to 1 spot. Okay. Alette's turn. Thread the needle. With +2 break damage. Pop! Oh, and she got 2 crits out of that! Oh! See that Gulen theory going to work. Okay. Rook's up. Who's the next immediate problem? This guy is our Mogan lookalike. Nobody is actually in a position to do the... Oh wait, Oddleaf is. Okay, so she's at 9 strength, hasn't moved. Right now she's dealing 2 damage to him. I can maybe make that 3, possibly 4 with a Mark of Prey. Let's see. 3. The reason why she got bonus damage there is because of the puncture ability. Ooh, the backbiter. It's a nice little run-through move, and it gets him through my line. All right, kills for Ivor. Kills for Ivor. Pop. Resisted. Okay, Gil's up next. So it's Archer and that guy. We're gonna step well, he can't reach Alette anyway. If I was him, he's probably gonna come after Krumer and try and deal damage there. So we're gonna step here. Break armor. Yeah. She's going for Alette? Yeah, she went for Alette. Okay, so who's up? That man that matters. For some reason, my dog's going a little nuts right now. Oh, it must be the new cat. Don't mind the woofing in the background. We have a new cat, so in the house, which probably kind of upset. Okay. Oddly, if we're gonna do another trap, we're gonna trap this square just in case this backbiter decides he wants to make a run at Olette, because he could do a lot of damage to her. Ooh, bloody flail. Maybe I should have had Gil put up that shield. Alright. Let's make this guy think twice about doing anything. Bam! Yeah, he's going for Krumer again. Makes it Olette's turn. Sorry, Gil, but guess what? You're getting a thread of the needle. And it is gonna hurt. Thankfully it didn't crit, right? Alright, Rook's turn. The archer's next, followed by that guy. Rook has a neat ability. He can actually pass through. I'll clear out the banner so you can see. He can actually pass through friendly unit spaces. Slips by. Mark prey right here. Let's check out that damage. Come on, Olette. 5 points. Nicely done. And then... let's see. We're trying to figure out... Oh, I shouldn't have moved Rook away from that spot, because now the backbiter has another path to get to Olette. Ivor can't do much about that. Actually, the only thing Ivor can do is kill this guy, so I'll just go ahead and take it. Okay, so Gil's gonna stand here now. Put up his shield wall. Let's see if he takes the step. No, he went for the break. Surprised she's only dealing 1 damage there. But might as well take it. Man, my dog is going nuts about this cat. Oof, Krumer's getting beat up. Good lord, dog. Chill out. Her name's Freya, and she be mad. She really wants to be buddies with this dog named, or with this cat named Captain. All right. So I'm kind of getting bloodied up here. I think I'm gonna go for her. Just to try and put a damper on the damage put out that they can do. Good job resisting. Do another Mark Prey here. This guy's done. Minus 12. Let's taking hits. Ivor's making yet another kill. That's his 3rd on this battle. Resisted. Gil won't be able to deal enough damage for the final kill, as he's often to do. And then this will finish it right here. Freya is going nuts. Banzai! Mr. Cordero, I love your spirit. Starman's just like, everybody's fine. Everything's fine. Starman is talking to my dog right now. Freya's going nuts. She really wants to play with this cat, but the cat is like tiny and terrified. Alright, so, with the brigands either fallen or fled, the peasants they left behind thank you profusely. It is true what he said, one tells you. We took the food and left. May the gods have mercy on me. I'd let them die. They instantly joined your caravan. 22 more supplies. We're doing great. 37 clansmen. It's almost like we never lost that original batch of 60. Freya, chill out. You're good. Oh, here, we're up on another godstone. I like this one. This one's kind of cool. Yes, I heard you, Freya. There's a cat. Yes, I know. You gonna relax now? This godstone is a giant whale eating a fish. The godstone of Merrick looms into view. Upon it carved a great ocean beast. Jagged stones jut out of the snow like shark fins. It's hard to imagine the Nordfelling wastes being filled with water at one time, but the godstone stands as a reminder of the vast lake it used to look across. A blessing, shouts one of the men in your caravan, holding up what looks like a silver coin. It's a fish scale, he says, pointing out the rainbow pattern that shows in the sunlight. Soon, a curious child has found another hiding in the snow, and then a third is discovered. Morale has improved. Perhaps they'll bring us lucky over here, and before long the caravan has become obsessed with gathering the shining scales. Let the caravan take their time. By the end of the second day, the scavenger hunt still continues unabated, and even you are starting to feel something in the back of your mind, like you need to have one of the scales. You shake it off, uncertain whether to let this continue. We will let it continue. It's another day before the fervor calms down, and you think there must have been something unnatural about it, because when the last scale was found, the obsession suddenly abated. On the next morning, one of the men presents a gleaming coat of mail to you. We made this from the scales, he says, grinning. You graciously accept the gift, and the caravan gets back to travel. So I know I stole that, discussion from you guys, but there's a purpose for it. There's a good reason. The god scale armor they just made. Check this out. Yo! +3 armor, +1 drawing aggro. It's made for Gil. Downside though is that we're still short the two levels he needs, which means he's going to need to make at least 7 more kills. He's got to be at least 14 kills before he can reach level 5. So that means it's going to take some work, and unfortunately we are still not in a position where we can level any of these people. Not yet anyway, but we'll get there. Starman says we don't lose clansmen, we reappropriate them. That's true. Gonna rest. Gonna rest again. Morale's back to normal. We're gonna go ahead and leave. Three days of supplies left. That might have been a little much, but Oddleaf calls you over, grinning. A row of women holding bows of differing age and experience line up before a row of trees in the distance. They fire, doing an impressive job of hitting the trunks. I think we're ready to fill some dredge with feathers. One woman still hasn't shot her arrow. She stands perfectly still. The others watch. Just as the winds shift, she lets go, and her arrow flies not into one of the trees, but a snow rabbit that had scurried out from underneath. Dinner, she says, smiling. A group of men from the caravan approach. Listen here, says one. Practice all you want, but my wife isn't fighting dredge. The other men agree in chorus. We don't want to see a battlefield full of dead wives and daughters. So I can encourage Oddleaf to train even more archers, or I can encourage Oddleaf to train even more archers, or I can encourage Oddleaf to train even more archers. So you tell me which decision you think I should select. Number one, or number one? I'm sorry, did I project accidentally which option I think you all should pick? This is the very definition of reappropriating clansmen, isn't it, Starman? I'm turning the clansmen into fighters. I wonder if we still have anybody left out there. Did I lose you all after that, before that last battle? Oh, Starman says, yeah, it sounds right. Time to encourage Oddleaf to train even more archers. To be honest, says Oddleaf, this was already harder than I expected. I don't know how many more would really take to it, but the more people who can hold their own, the better. The men continue to complain. The women return to camp, not just as clansmen, but as fighters. Minus 25 clansmen, plus 25 fighters. Morale improved. Braveheart says, I think I should go for the one above number 2. Yes, you're right. Number 1 was the right answer. Someone's been nicking extra goods from the supplies, a concerned woman tells you. Counted these myself yesterday. No mistake, this keeps up. We'll all be starving before long. We do not have a lot of supplies left, so that would not be good. Should we post a few extra guards, maybe? I think this might be the way to go. I don't trust her necessarily by herself. And asking the clansmen, that could just lead to a witch hunt, and then that one is definitely just going to bring down morale. I think number one's the way to go. I don't know what that'll turn into. Maybe it'll turn into a battle. Starman agrees, so to deter any further theft, you discreetly place some trusted guards by the caravans. You hear a few people casually point out the extra manpower, but nobody seems to raise an alarm for now. Okay, so no result yet. Maybe something will come of that later. I actually don't remember that event. Every once in a while, I'm convinced this game sends new events at me. Every once in a while, but I don't believe that's actually the case. So you hear a whistle on the wind and spot a long line of Varl far up ahead, heading toward you. Behind them is a swarm of dredge, and a trail of bodies leading off into the distance. "Get down there," barks Krumer. "Don't let them spread out," shouts the lead Varl as you approach the battleground. Soon you almost regret finding yourself fighting alongside them, facing off against a daunting number of dredge. Dredge line the battlefield, weapons drawn. A fight seems inevitable. You take a quick head count. There must be at least 112 of them. That's one hell of a quick head count. You have 96 fighters and 62 Varl at your side. The two forces are about evenly matched. There is no guarantee of victory here, so we're going to lead the vanguard. You consider taking your trusted allies and leading the charge, battering down the enemy. It will throw you into the thick of battle where the fighting is most dangerous, but a strong charge can save lives. Rush into battle! You gather your allies and tell them to get ready to lead the attack. So here's going to be some renown farming. This is going to be our opportunity to put kills on Gil and to get enough renown to promote everybody down the chart. Because we got to have more renown. You take a quick head count. There's roughly 112 of them. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. This is going to be tough. That's an 18 strength guy right there. That's a 19 armor guy right there. Their formation is actually really fortuitous for them, and I don't have anybody like a Gunolf to like step up to this spot right here and hit 3 of them at once. God, if I could have a guy right there in the middle, that's like a Varl with Whirlwind 1, 2, 3. That's 4 targets he can hit. We're gonna start with this one. He's the biggest threat. Where's my deployment? Okay. I was worried there for a minute. I was like, do I not get a deployment? Battlefield, no extra details on the side to check out. So we start with Gil right here, just in case this dredge goes first, because we do not want him hitting anybody else but Gil. Set up Oddleaf right behind. Krumer is going to be on this side. He can help with this guy. Alette will set here. Sorry, we're going to set Alette right behind Rook. We're going to do Ivor here. Alright. Initiative order. So one of these grunts goes first, then another grunt, then the other grunt. So the grunts all take the first 3 turns, followed by the one in the back. Then it's the 18 strength guy. Then it's him. So I've got plenty of time to set up quite a lot of punishment on this dredge right here. So I'm going to move... So this guy's movement range there. Okay, I'm going to set Gil up right here. Turn on that stone wall at... He can only deal... What's his? That's 3 break total, 3 break total. We're going to block 3 damage per hit. I doubt they're going to deal more than 3 break, but they're going to try. Okay. Oddleaf is going to step up to here and fire off a trap arrow here. Let's see if we can't get anything done with that. Gonna move this guy up, deal the first damage right here. Pop, and that's going to break him down the line. Yeah, lovely. They've all grouped up together now. Alette is not in a position where she can take advantage of that line of 3, however. So I'm going to move her here. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm going to have her break more of this guy's armor. Man, look at them pile up here. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to have Rook step here carefully, then spend the will to get here, and then we're going to mark prey on the big guy. And that might kill him. Yeah, it is. And that guy gets trapped. Beautiful. Ivor can't do anything from here. Effectively ending his turn. So we're gonna move to the side like this. That guy's gonna step up and try and deal. Oh, he's gonna try and push him. Not a bad idea. Gil, where can you obstruct? You're gonna go right here, blocking these 3 in. Going to Stonewall. This time for 2 points. Thanks, Braveheart, for coming in. Oh, I'm having trouble seeing which ones. Okay, so that one's the next in initiative. Followed by him. Followed by him. He's the next one to have to break down. Around to the side and break for 3. Watch this armor break go down the whole line of the dredge. 1, 2, 3. So it's actually not going to take much for her to thread the needle here. She can get 2 of them. Resisted. Perfect. Rook do his thing. So I'm going to have a mark prey on this guy, and hopefully the 2 archers can both hit him for sizable damage. Just 1 point each, but this makes it easier to protect those 2, see? And now Ivor's in a position. Let's see here, but who's next? Yeah, we're going to put Ivor over here. Have him do his attack. 5 break down that line. Lovely. Still got 3 damage off into Krumer. Alright, time to have Gil swing. Have Oddleaf do yet again another trap. This one designed to protect Rook and Alette. Perfectly deployed. Krumer's turn again. Gonna have him continue to, well, maybe not working. Don't want to go any further around the flank, but we are gonna go ahead and deal more break damage down the line to everybody. Alette. Shot lined up here, so we're gonna have you step back 1, thread the needle again. That's the last of her willpower, but that's okay, she got a kill out of it. Oof. Gil's beast, he can handle it. That big guy's up again, so we're gonna do just like we did last time with Rook. Mark prey on this target. Only 1 archer can reach him this time because Oddleaf is 2 point blank. Oddleaf now has, like, no armor, but she's actually better protected where she is now. Okay. Ivor's gonna go ahead and neuter that one. Gil, he's alright. He's not somebody you can deal any, but okay. Definitely have to hit this guy though. Pop. Oddleaf can kill this one straight up. I think I am. That way I can free up my two Varl to deal more damage elsewhere. Here we go. Let's get some heavy hits here. Boom. Oh yeah, Gil can afford to take another hit from Alette. Totally worth it. Sorry, Gil. Totally worth it. Okay, Rook. Do your thing. This time, the kill comes from Oddleaf. And here's another one for Ivor. Pillage time. I'm gonna see if I can't whittle this guy down enough so that Gil can get the kill, because I do really need him to promote. So that gets him to 1 health. Move her out of the way. Oh, I just realized I'm going to be advancing, so I'm going to take this opportunity to rest with everybody else. Alright, so I have the option of facing another wave, and I'm going to take it. Let's hope that Alette isn't... Yeah. Was worried about that. Sure enough, their asshole gets the first turn. Okay, so that Dredge Slinger, followed by that Dredge Slinger, followed by that Dredge Slinger, followed by that one down here, and then it's the big guy in purple. So we're just going to swarm big guy in purple first. That's definitely mission number 1. So I'm going to booby trap this spot. I'm going to use Alette to try and bait this guy into that arrow. Krumer is not going to be able to do much anymore, so just going to have him work what magic he can. She's going to run away. Unfortunately, it's closer to Alette, but alright. Ooh, Rook can take that. That's okay. She can kill Alette. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh well, we'll step here. We'll see what we can do. I can afford to have an injury on Alette. That's okay. Oh, she's going for Krumer. Oh no, Oddleaf. Yikes. Okay. Everybody's kind of in a bad spot. Deal a regular break. I really want this guy to try and step over and kill Alette. Yes! Stopped. So his turn is wasted. Gil. Take a couple points here, and we're going to step up and we're going to set up our stone wall. Krumer might be out here. close to. It's always these extra step battles that can get a little tough. So Krumer does have an ability I can activate, which is Forge Ahead, which just means the next person in initiative needs to be that guy. It's important that I am able to move Alette, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him step down here. Forge Ahead to her. So she goes next, but she might die here, so it doesn't matter. Alright. Alette step back. Break armor here. Might not be in a spot that I can do anything about this, actually. And he's out of willpower, so he can't do the special ability. No more willpower in the horn either. So he goes next. He kills Rook. So now it's all about Ivor. It's the Ivor show from here on out. Yeah, I might have lost this one, guys. Not gonna lie. Get off of the exploding rocks. Just trying to give my guys every opportunity to succeed. That means dealing as much damage to their support guys as possible. Or it's what it means at this stage anyway. So this is the next one to try and break armor on. Really got to work on everybody's armor break, because when they have only but a couple points of armor left, ow, I should have seen that one coming. The best thing to do is break. I mean, when you only have a couple points of health left, the best thing to do with that kind of character is to break armor. As you see, Ivor's actually in a really good position. Oh, ugh. He's in a decent-ish position because he has a lot of armor, and everybody that's near him that could threaten him is pretty low health, with the exception of this person. So I'm gonna try and do something about this guy's armor. Pop. She's unfortunately running towards Ivor. Gil's still in it. Ivor can't reach any of these two yet, so I'm going to actually have Ivor step away from the big guy and turn. He can't reach anyone, so that's a dead Gil. Which means they now get... they'll get to act before Ivor can, which is a problem. See if I can't prevent them from breaking his armor enough to make a difference. That was a 4 armor break. Oof. So he lost 5 armor. 6 armor, okay. Can't let this guy break armor again, so I'm gonna go ahead and kill him. So they're only gonna deal 1 point of armor damage each. Time to start killing off these guys. Ivor's got this. We're totally good. Only this character can deal any damage now, and she can only deal 1 point. I had to make that one about that one's health, unfortunately. We're good. This is fine. Everything's fine. We're all fine. Using that extra point of will from the horn to go ahead and just kill this one. 1v1. Got it. We got bloodshed coins as a result, and I understand why. Dang! Only what? 2, 3, 4 casualties on that? I didn't get a chance to look at. Oh, yes! Oh, that's what I'm talking about. 21 renown. Fantastic. Vassal says, this is a damn curiosity. This is the second time I've been sent to find a Varl who is heading my direction with humans in tow. What are Dredge doing up here? Gods, does nobody know what's going on around here? They leveled Grofheim to the ground. We've been losing ground for days. Jornder's in Einertoft now. They sent me to gather Krumer and the rest of Wormtoe when we ran across this bunch of slag, and there's a lot more where they came from. Is this all you've got, Krumer? What have you been doing? Eating each other? Many went to Boltzblocker, or Blotzbolker, or whatever. Are you telling me Grofheim is completely gone? And Vognir's dead. Slag on our heels. The Varl sent off north are probably dead. The world's ending. Come on, this is old news. We're gathering in Einertoft. That's where we need to go right now. Wait. Fessel takes a long moment to look out over the caravan of men, women, and children behind you. Not them. What do you mean, not them? Unless you're king or amender, humans don't step foot in Einertoft. Now isn't the time for this discussion. Damn it, Vassal, who cares about that? What in the depths happened to Grofheim? Before Vassal can reply, a low rumble grabs your attention, growing louder by the moment. Get ready for it, folks. This is intense. Even though it's beyond sight, all eyes turn in Grofheim's direction as the rumbling becomes deafening, transforming quickly into cracking and splintering. It's coming closer. Go! Shouts Vassal, taking off toward Einertoft. Don't stop until you reach Hatterborg! Did you see what I see? What was that, I wonder? Morale improved. We've reached a new Godstone. Starman's just like, what? Shit's getting real. After 3 terrifying days of tremors, you reach the Godstone of Hatterborg, which is teeming with Varl who want to know what is happening. Others busily mend makeshift defenses set up around the Godstone of Hatterborg, creator of the Varl. Hold up, pants Vassal between long gasps of air. We're going to have a talk. You're still standing. Well, most of you. Rest up, then move on. A mountain just sank into the earth, and something is out there. You're just going to send us away. I don't know who you are, but you're not going to Einertoft. There's a couple hundred Varl here who will back that up. Where are we supposed to go? Back the way we came? We're stuck between two mountain ranges. In one direction, a few thousand Varl. In the other, an army of Dredge and whatever caused that quake. Einertoft is a Varl city. This shouldn't be news to a Varl. Give it a rest, vassal. Don't you recognize who you're talking to? Surprise suddenly flashes across Vassal's face. The other Varl are starting to come closer now. You hear Ingvar being whispered between them. I think this might be the one person you want to let into Einertoft. The humans come with me. All of them. Vassal glances between Ivor and Krumer before stalking away, pushing past the mob of curious onlookers. Ivor? Who are you? Some other time, Rook. Spend the rest of the day recovering. Varl come and go in packs, and most of the chatter is about the quake that just sank mountains into the earth, or the dredge that are still on their way. You hear rumors that a massive chasm opened where the earth split. We're going to go ahead and inspect the Godstone. The little you know about Hauderborg is that he was a disciple of the Bloom Mother and learned to create under her guidance. He created a few beasts, but soon became bored with simple animals and began combining man and beast, ending up with Varl. That's the myth anyway. One thing is certain, each Varl alive today was created by Hauderborg, and now the god is dead. The Varl here, now, are the last ones that will ever exist. A profound sadness washes over you. Krumer is already here. It is good to pay respects, he says, and you both stand there in silence. Give this to Ingvar, he says, turning to leave. It was once his, and that stubborn ass refuses to take it back. Krumer hands you a massive studded belt. Suddenly there's a lot of activity. Word comes from below to retreat to the next village over, and you soon see why. A black shadow is sweeping down the valley from the direction of Grofheim, where the quake, or whatever caused it, has obliterated the mountainside. On closer inspection, it's a veritable ocean of dredge, more than you imagined possible. In their midst is a towering giant of a dredge, blood red from head to toe. You gather your things in short order and join a good many Varl, leaving the Godstone behind. And we now have Farthingjord. Don't you love the names of items? Of supplies. A well-tended farm with plenty of livestock draws the caravan's attention. Upon your arrival, the farmer and his workers stand defensively within plain sight, crude weapons at the ready. Their crossed arms make their thoughts clear without a word. We can offer some kind of trade for the livestock, we can intimidate the farmer into giving us the livestock, we can ask them to come along, or we can leave the farmers and their animals alone. Being that everybody's kind of heavily injured here and we have 30 renown, I'm not going to go ahead and pick a fight. I'm just going to try and see if I can't get them to come with. You warn the farmer of the approaching dredge, but the man spits and says, "This land is my life. If I lose that, may as well be dead." The farm hands slowly nod their agreement, neither joining you or lowering their weapons. We're going to leave the farmer and his livestock alone. What's his is his, you say to the caravan. No sense fighting those trying to protect themselves. Grumbling bounces around through the clansmen, but the caravan is once again moving. You know, morale's down, but we're going to have another village here to rest at, I think. And hopefully buy some supplies. Yep. Ivor tells you can't stay here long. It will take 3 straight days to cross the Burra Pass, so stock up. There's no stopping once we leave. He takes off to speak with the other Varl about setting up defenses. Dad, says Alette, appearing at your side. I liked old Ivor. Somewhere in the back of your mind you feel the same way. You focus on preparations instead, realizing that you may be one of the first humans about to set foot in Einertoft. Alright, so we're going to go to market. He said we need 3 days of supplies. 1 renown gets us 4. So we need a few days of rest. So we're going to spend that much to get 7 days of supplies. Wait a minute, no. We need 3 days to cross that bridge? we're gonna go for 6 days of supplies because we're not gonna need more than 3 days to rest. Rest 1, rest 2, rest 3. Everybody's healed. So let's take a look at our items. So we already know about Godscale and Bjorg of Leander. Here is that belt of Ivers, Farthing Jord, an elaborate belt first discovered around the waist of a Varl who had somehow frozen himself deep within a glacier. Plus 3 break. Ivers' break is already at 4. But honestly, I want that on Rook. I want that on Rook because of his ability. It deals break damage, and then everybody gets that free instant attack, where archers deal additional puncture damage because their armor is broken. It's such a lovely combo. So let's promote Rook. And let's promote him again. No, we don't have enough, unfortunately, but he'll be ready to promote next time. We're going to raise Rook's break to 3, take the best advantage of that. We don't have enough to level Ivor or Alette, but we can level Oddleaf, so we're going to take it. Confirm. Let's raise her defense to 9. And let's raise her willpower by 1. Confirm that. Raising the willpower because it gives us more raining arrows. I feel good about this team. Definitely feel good about it. Okay. So, we have 3 renown remaining. I'm going to bank it rather than try and buy up more supplies, even though it's a good rate here. Let's get a quick look at the map. Let's remind ourselves of the situation, of how far we've come. Man, it's taking its time to load. Okay, so there's Einertoft. That's where we're heading. We've just left Wormtoe, so we're at the Burra Pass. We just passed Hatterberg's Godstone. We started this episode at Frostfeller. So look at that. We left Frostfeller, got all the way to Wormtoe, and we're about to make it all the way to Einertoft. We were heading towards the Two Spears in Grofheim. And there's our hometown, Skoger. So that was the first leg of the journey, Skoger to Frostfeller. But now, we made it all the way across the Nordfelling Wastes to here. There is a town I am interested in. That's Blotzbolker, and the Greyhorn. I think that's the 2 towns they were talking about at Wormtoe. They wanted to see what was going on up here. Oh, look at the names of these 3 mountains. Nasher, Grinder, and Biter. 3 steep peaks near Greyhorn reach high enough into the sky that on foggy days only the spires can be seen above the mists, stretching into the sky like 3 jagged teeth emerging angrily from the earth. Though the dredge infrequently appear so far to the east, Greyhorn has been an important tower due to low-lying fogs that regularly cover the ground in the region. To the south stands the fortress city of Blotzbolker, a full Varl ready to respond when black figures are spotted trudging through the fog. And that's where all of those guys from the Wormtoe went, to Blotzbolker, but they're probably dead now. Throster, 4th king of the Varl, built Blotzbolker as a new seat of power during his reign, to much protest from the established clans of Grofheim. Throster's mysterious death soon thereafter left in its wake many unanswered questions, as well as a sprawling stone fortress full of despondent Varl. Only the most iron-fisted and stubborn remain. There's just so much rich history here. The map is huge. Langloom Forest. Let me go ahead and spoil some things about the future. We will eventually make it as far as Lundar, Eddingbaker, Fiskevik, Arborang. These are all locations we're going to see. Bindel, Ormsdaler, Grundar, Bruntal, the Old Ford. I don't know about the Langloom Forest, but Rainavik, yes. Sigerholm. These are all locations that we are going to eventually visit. But for now, Einertoft, and this is probably one of the most beautiful vistas in the game, so I can't wait till we get there. So I'm not going to delay anymore. Let's leave. 81 in-character days of this journey so far. 81 days of the sun solid in the sky.
We approach a city that only Varl have seen and cross a bridge that only Varl could build. Let us hope that we are the only unwelcome visitors to pass.
Ah, I think that's definitely a double-reeded instrument that had that solo there before the brass choir came in. That's a horn solo here. Oh. This is definitely a much more traditional sound. It's lovely. But you'll definitely notice... I'm just gonna shut up. Just let everything soak in. It gives you goosebumps that tingle up the spine. The visual, the music, the snowfall. You can tell by the music the tone here isn't about, you know, the grand army of the Varl, which was the visual element. The tone was clearly about, like, you know, the deep sense of sadness as to what's going to befall Einertoft soon. The music is phenomenal, and it's honestly, it's the silence that makes you really appreciate these moments of this huge orchestra. So, if you haven't been able to tell, I'm a musician myself. I used to teach music at the high school and middle school level, and I love Austin Wintory stuff. That was very much beautiful piece there. But I would argue that what Austin Wintory's mostly known for is going to be, and you'll hear it all throughout this, like the clashing cacophony, these sounds that just don't belong together. He uses it a lot in this, and I'll point them out if we get another opportunity to hear it. But gosh, the brass choir stuff that he wrote for this is just phenomenal. And how about that long trip across? That was a 3-day trip across that bridge. That was the Burra Pass, and it was such a beautiful bridge. All right, so where were we? Krumer. All these warriors. Another great war is upon us. It is the 3rd time I have seen such a thing. There are far fewer of us now than there once was. And that line right there is definitely what drove the music. Knowing that was the visual element, and knowing that that's the next line that follows after, that's why the tone of the music was written such way. Krumer heads up the stairs to the Great Hall and returns shortly after, speaking to some Varl. What did they tell you? By all accounts, the Dredge are coming here. Looks like they plan to end the Varl for good this time. This place will become a killing field soon. They say the Prince of Men is here. They've got a mender, too. Prince Luden is here, from Armoring. In any case, we'll be given no audience today. You remember the last time we were here, Ingvar? It's Ivor. Yeah, I remember it. What now? We find somewhere to rest. I'd recommend keeping your people out of trouble while you're here, Rook. In fact, keep them invisible. Jorandr won't be happy you're here. You're shown to quarters, but could wander the city while you wait for an audience. You feel like you could sleep for a week straight. I would like to put into everybody's minds this little bit of abstract. They don't really mention it in here, but you have to consider this is a city built for Varl. Everybody was just given rooms in the caravan. So I'm trying to imagine what it must be like to be in these rooms, because these rooms are clearly built for Varl. It's probably like feeling like a 2-year-old just stepped into an adult's bedroom. Just like, how do I get into the bed? Do I like climb on the dresser? There's nothing here in my size. Okay, we have 0 days of supplies now. We're going to go to the market. We have 3 renown to spend. We just need to buy ourselves a little bit of time. We get 2 days. 2 days, that's all we get. Oh, there's a... I like this. Accursed Fang, +3 will per kill. That's so useful for Avent, the Mender. Okay, hero situation, shouldn't be anything new. I'm just double checking, because, oh yeah, we have Fasselt we can add to the lineup. You know what? I'm going to have Fasselt replace Krumer. Fasselt does a better job of getting in the way than Krumer does. Fasselt's break is really low for a tank, but he's still a taunter. Starman says it's more like a final march of the Varl. I would disagree only in the sense that it's not specifically a march, but it is a homage to them. It is about the dread act ahead of them. Marches are very militaristic and chump, 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 chump. There's like a definite moving beat to that choir, though. That was very much a last a last stand, the pain for the moment to come. So we do rest today. As you settle in, you receive word to come to the Great Hall the next morning. Ivor suggests not speaking unless addressed, and even then, keep it short. In your dreams that night, you see Varl kings fighting with dredge lords. An ominous feeling lingers as you prepare to enter the Great Hall. Here we go. Nice little view. Enough, Ivan. The bridge stands. Find some other way. Greetings from Wormtoe, Jornder. I've brought an ally. Who are these people? We don't have time for games. Wait. I know you. Ingvar among us again. Is this what the end of the world looks like? Jornder steps down from his throne to get a closer look. In the light, you spy deep wounds on the Varl king. It was my last option. You look like death, Jornder. The Sunder came through Grofheim. All of them, or we would still be there. A few thousand Varl remain. Bellower has been following us since Grofheim. That is what he does. What will you do? Remain. There is no better place for us than here. We make our stand in Einertoft. But even if Einertoft falls, the Varl won't be wiped out. Hacken is taking our best warriors to Arborang, as we were discussing. I'm not going, Jornder. We're needed here. This is not a debate. A messenger bursts through the doors, cutting the tension. He says a stone singer has been cutting a path across the bridge. Gods, can we have a moment's respite? They should not be here already. A stone singer is with them. Let me bring down the bridge, as I said. It will buy us... I said the bridge stands, Mender. I say it again to you, and the Prince of Men, and the whole Mender Council, were they here. I will not say it again. Hacken, you go to Arborang. Ivan, do not even touch that bridge. Am I understood? You are. Then I'll confront the singer myself. Nobody tries to stop Avend, but many follow as he leaves the Great Hall. I'm wondering how much longer this chapter is. Yeah, it looks like we're going to do this. Okay. The Mender walks past great companies of Varl on the way to the bridge. A tall, thin creature stands there, 2 black spears over its shoulders, ringed by dredge. The Varl have backed away in fear. Avend stops before the stilt-legged figure. Suddenly, Ivor is beside you. We should help him. What is that thing? A stone singer, mutters Ivor. As close as the dredge come to Menders of their own. I've only seen one before. It didn't go well. Can Haven win this? I don't know. Think we'll find out. 1, 2, or 3, Starman. Because I'm pretty sure Starman's the only one with me. Oh, Adam might still be here. Adam G, Starman, do we join in this fight? They seem worried about the strength of the Stone Singer. Are we going to help him out, or are we going to stay out of it? Adam says help him out. I think the renown is a little slim, so I think we should. You expect Ivor to refuse, but instead he locks eyes with you. Listen to me, Rook, he says. You will probably die here, and so will everyone else who steps on that bridge. Look at your daughter. Are you prepared for that? You're not doing this alone. I won't stop you, says Ivor. Fight like it's your last. We're not sure what to expect, but you draw your axe and soon find yourself standing behind Eyvind on the bridge, wondering if you made the right decision. Starman says the Stone Singer seems like a chump. Oh, Eyvind seems like a chump, yeah. Eyvind has to be in this battle. So we're going to take Fasildol out and put Eggle back in. Oddleaf should still go right after Gil. Eyvind, Olet, Rook, Ivor. Yeah, we'll try this. Alright. So let's take a moment to look at this. Here's Hacken, right? That's totally Hacken, isn't it? Yeah. I love the foreground element, but it's interrupting my ability to look at the battlefield and see who else is here. That could be Hacken too. I think that's Gris. That's the guy Hacken beat up. Oh, there's some animated fights going on here. These guys are moving. Bam, look at that. Look at this guy. He dropped his shield. He doesn't care. What? Look at this dude. It's like, don't mind me, I'm just carrying the head of a dredge. He's got the red mustache, brown hair, and beard. Awesome. I like that guy. Just power stance right here. Meanwhile, back here, the Varl have been losing, as you can tell, they've been losing ground. The dredge are coming in en masse. Like their shield wall. They're very Roman-esque, aren't they? These shields. Alright, so what are we looking at here? We've got a 15 and 18 in the back. We got the Stone Singer who's a 10-13 but 8 willpower, so he probably has his special abilities. Can we see him? Disease Strike. Enemies are diseased on contact, losing 1 strength per turn. That will kill us. So it's important to kill them before they get to you. Rupture, wounded allies explode, doing strength damage to adjacent enemies. And Umbrage, the Stone Singer lowers allies' armor, but sharply raises strength. So those are some pretty gnarly abilities. Especially if she gets in on this guy or this guy, they could be very tough. Let's go ahead and set up our team lineup. We're going to do Gil right here. Ivor here. Rook. Rook can go behind Gil because he can move through units. Eyvind does not need a lot of space to do his thing, so he's going to go there. And then archers on either side of Gil into the rear when we're ready. The Stone Singer goes first, so it's just important that I don't get Gil in a position where he's going to start bleeding every turn. And then it's going to be these guys. So, Gil, why don't you go ahead and step up to here. We're going to have you go into Stonewall, rank 2. She's going to move over here, drop a trap right there. Oh, she can do upgraded traps now. We're going to go ahead and drop 2 then. 2 arrows now flying to the sky, and they only come down when somebody steps in that spot. Such a lovely trap. Gonna move him up, end turn, he's good. He's gonna deal no damage to Gil. Waste of willpower doing it. Let's get those banners on. And we have Thread the Needle shot here. Gonna go ahead and take it. Step up, mark prey for 2 break damage. Oh, his ability isn't based on his break strength. Okay, that's a good trap. Pop, pop, 2 and 3 damage. Get Gil to step up and support Rook. Now not Gil, Ivor. Now nobody's gonna reach him. Guy in the back takes a turn. Okay, Stone Singer's about to take a turn. And Ivor's going to be the one to suffer for it, but that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and deal a point of break damage to the big guy. Stonesinger stepping back, and he's casting a spell. Who's up next? Guy in the back. Then it's the white armored one. Then it's this big guy. Just go ahead and neuter this one. Nobody's in need of mending yet, which is good news. We'll end his turn. Just go ahead and deal a couple points of break here, no problem. That guy's gonna go back and try and summon reinforcements, so I'm gonna have to kill him next. Well, before his turn anyway. Get a lot of work done on this guy, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the opportunity. Oh, beautiful shots. That guy's blocked. Ivor's going to step up here. Kill this guy. Okay, Gil's turn. Yeah, so what the Stonesinger just did is took away these guys' armor, but gave them, 3 points of armor, but gave them 3 points of damage. This guy, look at his strength. He can just ignore Gil's armor rating and deal straight away 7 points of damage, and the same to Ivor. So it's going to be very important to set up a trap and stop this guy on his next turn. Hopefully he steps towards Gil instead of Ivor. Yeah, that worked out. 3 points of damage and he loses a turn. Now, next up is going to be the Stonesinger. Followed by this guy. So, here's what Avon's going to do. Can't reach him. Okay, fine. Avon's going to step up a bit, and he's going to demonstrate his special ability, which is called Arc Lightning. This is where this one gets awesome. Rank 3, strikes target for 4 strength, continues diagonally, doing +1 damage, strength damage each time. If this dredge had, like, another enemy in this square, and then another enemy in this square, and then another enemy in this square, and then another enemy in this square, it would literally go 4 damage, 5 damage, 6 damage, 7 damage, 8 damage, and it's glorious. But right now the effort is just to try and neuter this guy. Pop. Okay, there's now a clock on Ivor's head. He's going to lose a point of health every turn. It's okay though, we're just going to go ahead and seriously put a damper on this guy's ability. Now I have to worry about big guy with 18 health. The way I'm going to do that is with the Mark Prey. Probably should have done the rank 2 level, but... yeah, you can see how effective that was. Also, my dumbass just put Rook next to Ivor, which means Rook is now poisoned. Because Rook is poisoned, Gil is now poisoned. So I really need to get some work done on this Stonesinger. I'm going to put in the 5 points of break on him. Let the archers take care of this guy. He's going to try and cast another spell, sure. But I really need to hurt this guy and bring down his armor rating. Fast, because he's a huge threat. It's less of one now, but oof. Let's see here, who's in range for Arc Lightning. If I Arc Lightning this guy, he's just going to hurt Ivor. I can kill this one, or I can put damage on this guy. I think I'm just going to try and hurt him. Yeah, he put even more strength onto the bad guys. This is a tough fight. Rook is going to die on his turn. Yep. But Ivor's got this yet again. He can't get doubly poisoned, which is good. Oh, yo, look at this. Gil with a kill. He's ready to be promoted. GG. He also has another ability, which is Mend. He restores armor on our units. That chance to crit is working out really well for Alette. And guess what? That Varl's still chilling in the corner. I think Gil got his approval. Rook less so, but Rook led this effort against the Stone Singer, so he's gonna give us 8 renown. Thank you, Dude Hole and Dredgehead. The Stone Singer falls hard. A howl like a hurricane sweeps across the bridge. The dredge part like a black sea. From their depths steps a crimson behemoth, and a wave of sheer terror hits you like you've never felt before. Bellower. Get the bender out of here, Ivor hisses, and run. Your legs move almost with a will of their own, though you can't pull yourself away from watching what happens next. Ivor. Bellower. You're reading that right. He is a 20/20 with 4 will. Indomitable, the Sunder seems practically unkillable, is his special trait. Quake and Despair. Stuns one target and pushes all other enemies back. But guess who's still chilling? Captain Chill. Joe Chill. No, he's not Joe Chill. He's got a name for this guy. Just Chillarl the Varl. Jarl of all Varl. Nothing else really is, the same scenario. There's fewer of them fighting. Looks like those guys over here, they managed to beat all of these guys. Didn't take many casualties. Oh, he's just sitting. This guy's so ready for battle. So there are some small changes between the two scenes, minor ones. Oh, there's the headless dredge. Now I get why this guy's so happy. He did that with a hammer too. Good God, that's not an axe, it's a hammer. I'm impressed. Anyway. Gods, what was I thinking? I don't know, Ivor. So here's Bellower, he swings with the 20/20. Here's Ivor, he's 16/14. I think the obvious first step here is not to let Bellower get the first strike. So fall back and turn. Alright. Charge! Battering ram. Yeah. He shouts and I take 1 armor and 1 health. And I skip my turn. And he hits me for 7. So this is over next swing. Nothing I can do about it, so I'm just gonna break as much of his armor as I can. Pop. And he's gonna go back at me for 5. go back at him for 5 more, and he gained back armor. Each turn he gains back a point as well. And oh, Ivor! Your arm, dude! Ivor's injured. As you can tell, that's totally a scripted event. There's nothing you can do about that. Ivor writhes in agony, his arm torn clean off by Bellower's onslaught. The Sunder raises his weapon for the killing blow. "Sunder, face me!" screams an uncertain Avon, stepping back onto the bridge, raising his staff high. Even from here, you can see his arm trembling. You feel practically frozen in place watching. Check it. Ivan recoils in terror from the massive serpent that has appeared in the distance, and even Bellower backs away. It leans in close to inspect the two armies, flicks its great tongue, and then indifferently lurches over the mountainside and out of sight. The dredge are a knot of confusion. Some cower, others crouch in what looks like worship. Hacken shouts orders above the din. Varl rush forward, bowling over surprised dredge, gaining ground. Bellower has receded back into the horde. Jornder watches from atop the stairs. "Hurry," says Ivan, suddenly pulling at your arm, snapping you out of the moment. You rush to Ivor, laying on the ground amidst the fighting, still breathing despite a missing arm, and drag him back into the city. Can you save? Yes, probably. Give me silence. Nearly 3 hours pass silently as Avon plies his trade. Flesh slowly forms and closes across Ivor's torn frame. That is as much as I can do. He should make it. Thank you. The mender looks exhausted, leaning heavily against the bed. When was the last time you slept? A couple days ago? I'm okay. I just need to sit. Before you can catch him, the mender crumbles to the floor. And that's it. That's where we're stopping it. What an event, huh? So as you can see, things are going to get very interesting here very soon. And I'll let you, I'll leave you with this little tidbit. Just a big snake. We could take it to Starman. But yeah, so what an episode, huh? I love so many elements of all of that. The running past Burra Pass Bridge, the fleeing from the Great Serpent as it brings down everything around Heidelberg, dealing with the first time you face the Stone Singer, Ivor losing an arm, the first time you face the Sunder. What an episode! I'm glad to have had you with me, those who are alive, as well as those who are going to check this back later on. Thank you very much for coming in. It is now 1 a.m. in the morning. I've got work tomorrow. I'm going to hit the hay. I hope you do as well. And I cannot wait for episode, 6? The next stream. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for coming.